Magandang hapon. Good afternoon, esteemed scientists, researchers, and delegates of the International Ecology School 2026. I am Kurt Bagus, a student of BS Agriculture, major in Agricultural Extension, specializing in Development Communication from UP Los Baños. Today, representing the Lead 41PH, I will share how we are translating ecological visions into community action across the 7 lakes of San Pablo City. Our 7 crater lakes are vital ecosystems, providing critical regulating, cultural, and provisioning services. For so many years, they have sustained local livelihoods. But what we envision beyond our city limits, we believe that San Pablo City can serve as a pioneering model for this approach, a blueprint that can be rolled out to other communities, cities, and local governments, not just at the national level, but across the globe, that also rely heavily on aquatic natural resources. The dominant narrative of these lakes heavily revolves around aquaculture and ecotourism. These industries drive the local economy, but they also exert unprecedented anthropogenic pressure, which steadily affects the lake's ecological integrity. Over the years, several scientific projects and research have been conducted in the 7 lakes, which generate valuable knowledge. However, the critical need right now is not just more data. It is enabling our different stakeholders to actually utilize this body of knowledge. We must balance preserving the natural ecosystem while sustainably using it for these livelihoods. This is why the Lead 41PH project was born. Lead 41PH, or Leadership for Environmental Action and Development through Foresight One Planetary Health, is a multi-stakeholder capacity building, integrating Foresight One Planetary Health approach. This project is funded by the Asia Pacific Network for Global Change Research, implemented through the support of the UPLB Foundation Incorporated. We needed a truly transdisciplinary approach. Our project brings together collaborators from various scientific fields of study and merges them directly with grassroots stakeholders. Our core innovation is a social one, like participatory foresight and backcasting, anchored on the One Planetary Health approach. Instead of dictating policies top-down, we gathered the aquaculture operators, community members, and local officials and asked them, what does a resilient lake look like to you in 2050, 2040, and 2030? And I am thrilled to report breaking progress. Just this week, July 15 and 16, we successfully concluded our final workshops for Bunot and Sampaloc Lake. We have now facilitated this process across all 7 lakes. During these sessions, the backcasting process revealed their concrete dreams for the long term in 2050, the medium term for 2040, and the short term in 2030. But they didn't just dream. They identified specific mechanisms and technologies they need, the people and institutions they believe will help them, and critical barriers that may hinder or slow down their journey to these dreams. But visions must become reality. As an extension and development communication student, I look at this bridge. We have ecological data and long-term dreams on one side, and the human action required to sustainably manage the lakes on the other. The stakeholders have laid out their barriers and required mechanisms. The question now is, how do we equip them to cross this bridge? How do we build their capacity to utilize the available science? This is where my coming research comes in. We will conduct a rigorous thematic analysis of these stakeholder-generated roadmaps. We are mining this qualitative data to extract critical extension needs. By analyzing the barriers and institutions they identified, we will pinpoint the exact capacity building trainings, communication campaigns, and behavioral interventions required by the stakeholders. We are taking raw community dialogue and turning it into a structured extension delivery plan. This year, International Ecology School challenges us to build resilient ecologies and shared futures. Our methodology directly answers this by making the future present. We are not waiting for 2050 to figure out what to do. By understanding their long-term dreams and current barriers and realities today, we are translating their 2050 visions into tangible 2026 extension programs. We are pulling the future into the present. Later this year, we will present these targeted extension and policy trajectories back to the local government and all involved sectors in a culminating summit. We are providing local leaders with transdisciplinary, community-validated blueprint. This ensures that policy are not just ecologically sound, but are relevant, truly transformative, and fully supported by the people who rely on the lakes. During one of our workshops, a fisher folk shared that it is their dream to no longer remain the small-scale fishers. One day, they aspire to become the wealthy fishermen. Ultimately, the true innovation for climate and biodiversity requires empowering people living within these ecosystems. To build resilient ecologies and establish a model that the rest of the world can follow, we cannot wait decades to act. We must act on their visions today. The future is now. Thank you and palayo. Salamat po.